How by diminishing the School of Excellence will they move the university up the league tables?
I think it's just that we get extra points if we've got things like more people with PhDs, more people doing research. What it does mean, though, is I think it will mean less contact time for students and a different type of course. The university is changing direction, but the direction it's been on at the moment has been very, very successful. And I really wish they could get more of a balance. I'm not against people getting PhDs. I'm not against people developing themselves. But I do think we have to do it very, very carefully. And it does seem to me that there's going to be a lot of potential casualties, needless ones.
Can you tell us who you are?
My name's John Brissenden. I'm a senior lecturer in the Media School, and I'm also the Media School's representative at the Union branch.
Okay, and what are you here for today?
We're here to show the management of Bournemouth University that people are not going to take their threats of compulsory redundancies lying down. People recognise the threat it represents to students' education, to the students' experience, and to the critical relationship students have with the teaching staff. And I think we've sent a clear message, not only to the management of the university, but outside, beyond, that we're not going to take those threats lying down.
What is your personal targets, and who do you want to listen? Who do you want?
Well, personally, I mean, I think, from what I hear from colleagues and also from students, I think a lot of people have some sympathy with where the management team is trying to take the university in the long term. They talk about investment in teaching, in ICT, in the student experience, and those are all things that any of us would surely support. But that's a long-term plan over the next 5 years. Why then are they insisting on slashing 50 teaching jobs before Christmas? That's the thing that nobody understands. That's the thing that the university management has been unable to explain satisfactorily. That's the thing that I think a lot of people are feeling very angry and very frightened about. And that's the thing that a lot of students don't understand either.
And what are their main reasons for the job cuts?
Well, you'd need to ask the university management. The two reasons they've given are, one, matters of cost. They say that academic staff costs have been rising faster than income. But the other is changing the profile of the academic staff of the university. You'll know that the strategic plan talks about becoming a more academic-led, a more research-led institution. That seems to translate into plain English, as far as we can make out, into slashing teaching jobs, giving students less access to teaching staff, encouraging staff to give less time for feedback to students, and so on. That's the explanation that's been given, and to us it doesn't stack up. They don't seem able to decide whether it's a matter of cost, whether it's a matter of changing the profile of the university staff, and we need them to make their mind up and speak plainly and clearly so we can understand what's going on. But so far we've had no satisfactory answer to that question. We've had no coherent explanation of why they need to get rid of 50 teaching staff in the short term, and that's why you've seen such a good turnout today.
And the Media School here is a school of excellence, I understand.
It's a centre of excellence for learning and teaching, which is currently housed within the Media School. That's correct.
Yeah, so is that because of the vocational skills the Media School provides here? And if that's so, what's going to become of the Media School?
Well, you pick up on a very good point. Bournemouth is celebrated, not just nationally but internationally, as a vocational university. People leave here, leave the Media School, but other schools as well, with excellent employment prospects, and many courses have full employability in terms of students leaving after they graduate. So while many people do support or at least understand the long-term strategic aims for the university contained in the plan, there is also concern about whether we're running a very high risk by not playing to our strengths. Some people interpret the Vice-Chancellor's strategic plan as meaning that we want to jettison our strengths as a vocational institution and try and emulate research-led institutions like traditional universities. And clearly that would be a mistake.
And I myself am a first-year student in journalism. If this is to become a research and academic-led course now, what can I be expected to do over the next 3 years? Will this affect me when I want to go out into the world of work?
Well, I can't really answer that question. Again, you'd need to speak to the management of the university. We're here today to protest against 50 compulsory job cuts among teaching staff, not just lecturers but demonstrators as well, particularly in areas like computer animation, journalism, but as I say, across 4 schools across the whole university. Those job cuts would mean that next year you would see your access to teachers affected. You would see the amount of feedback and assessment that you received reduced. So your education, even while you're here, will be directly impacted if these cuts are allowed to go through.
And just finally, how do you think it went today? How do you think the proceedings, what do you feel you achieved in the proceedings today?
I think what we did, what staff and students have done here today, is send a very clear message to the Vice-Chancellor and to the management team here at the university that these cuts will not stand, that we oppose them, that it's not just about 50 jobs, but it's about the impact on education and the student experience, and the interest this has attracted both from people outside the university, former students, people who live in Bournemouth, and particularly the media, means that this message will spread and people will be concerned, as people here are concerned, by what the management team is trying to do to Bournemouth University.
And could there be another protest in the foreseeable future?
Well, we'll have to see how things go. David Heathcote told the protest here today that already some of the threatened redundancies have been withdrawn. We obviously hope that all of them will be, because, as I say, we've heard no satisfactory explanation as to why there needs to be a single compulsory redundancy, let alone 50. We're involved in negotiations and discussions with university management. We hope that they will listen to the voice of people here today. We hope the threats of these redundancies will be withdrawn. We've already passed a motion as a union branch calling for them to be withdrawn and giving the union branch executive our permission to ballot us for further action should it prove necessary. But we all sincerely hope that the management will respond to the voice of staff and students, and so we need never get to that point. This whole thing is completely unnecessary.
But nevertheless, 6 redundancies rescinded today. Victory, maybe?
Yes, a very encouraging victory, and maybe a sign that management have realised the mistake they've made, and we hope very much that we'll see the other job cuts withdrawn as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.